Sleeping on the train, sleeping on Mesero Lab out in the rain, without even a single slice of pizza to my name. Too proud to beg for change, mastering the pain. When New York niggas was calling Southern rappers lame, but then Jack and I slang. I used to get dizzy.
What's poppin' with you, YouTube? It's your boy Regular Dave coming at you with another video, and this one is a question for everybody. What do you prefer? The blocking from Fight Night Champion or the blocking from Fight Night Round 4? If you don't know what I'm talking about, it's basically how Fight Night Round 4 has it where you have to make a choice. Do you want to block your body or do you want to block your head? Fight Night Champion has auto blocking, where you just press the block button and then wherever he's throwing a punch, the fighter blocks. After playing a demo, I couldn't really make a decision. I was on the fence. I didn't know. I was like, man, I'm not sure if I prefer this way or the old way. So I had to wait till I got the the retail copy, and I finally made my opinion that I prefer the old way. I prefer Fight Night Round 4 just because of the strategy it brings into the gameplay. I mean, it's a lot of strategy involved in having to choose, do you want to block your body or block your head? And this is just straight up an opinion. I'm not saying like, oh yeah, the blocking is better, auto block sucks. I'm not saying that, but I'm just saying that I think I would prefer it the old way. And you could make a case for either, even if you're trying to say, oh, simulating boxing, you could make a case for both as far as realism go, because you could make a case for, a lot of boxers, just take for example Winky Wright. He kind of blocks both his body and his head all in one blocking kind of motion. He doesn't move his arms, shift his arms up and down. He just, it's a small movement whether he blocks his body or his head. I mean, it's not very much movement at all of his arms. So you can make it like, hey, auto block is, people don't shift their arms up and down to block the body and head. Is just a small movement, so you don't want that in a video game. But then you gotta look at it. You can look at it from the other side and say, look at the fight Gotti Ward won, round 9. You know what I mean? Legendary epic round. You know what I mean? If you don't remember that round, you need to YouTube it right now, because I know you've seen it, but I watch that round about once a month. And look at Arturo Gotti, the decision he made, whether he wanted to block his body or his head. Ward had got to that body so much, his body hurt so much, that he basically sacrificed his head. I don't even remember that. I'm playing against a computer. This is video just for visual. It doesn't really, I mean, you could just look at the blocking and see how it works. But like I was saying, Arturo Gotti made a choice. Like, man, my body hurt so much, I don't care about getting punched in my face. And there was times where he just blocked his body and just got wailed on in the face. You know what I mean? Because that's how much his body hurt. Now, I mean, he actually got knocked down with a body blow at the beginning of the round. But that, he had to make a decision. So you could look at it from that side. Like, yeah, sometimes you got to make a decision. Am I going to block my body or block my head? And I think I would just prefer the strategy in it, basically. I would prefer the strategy, aspect in the game. And, how I look at games a lot of times, when I'm playing them is, I don't want to just say, oh, I think that I prefer that. I would say, I say, like, what would I have done if I was making a game and I had a choice? And how I look at it, I would have took the left and the right bumper and made them for choosing whether you wanted to block the body or the head, and make that to where it's 100% accurate if you make the right choice. So it's a gamble by using it, and then you can leave the auto block on the L trigger, or is it R? No, L is to move around. On the R trigger, you could leave the auto block, and then it works as it does now, because the blocking, after 2 or 3 punches, the punches just get through the block. So I think that would have do a little bit more strategy. You would have had to decide, like, man, do I want to guess and possibly risk getting punched in my face when I'm blocking my body, or vice versa? Or do I just want to, use the auto block, and it's a lot safer, but, I'm going to take more damage, but at least I know, I don't have to worry about getting it right. And I think that would have brought some strategy to it, some well-needed strategy in sports games. But either way, how the blocking is now, I'm not saying it's bad. It's just fine for me, but I think I prefer the old way. Go ahead and leave your comments. Let me know what you prefer. You know what I mean? And this is all opinion. You know what I mean? This is not like, oh, the blocking is better. I just feel like I prefer it the old way. I was in a fight online. What really prompted me to think about it and swayed me towards saying I prefer Fight Night Rounds 4's blocking is that I was fighting online. The dude did the same, he did the same combo over and over. He would go like body, head. And strategically, basically what I had to do was just get out of the way. I just had to back up, and then while he was punching the air, just let him have it. But at the same time, I felt like, man, I know what he's gonna do every time, and I should be able to block both of them accurately because I know they're coming. But I couldn't because, like, two shots would block, and then two shots would get through. And I was like, man, I can't block it even though I know exactly what's coming. So I wish I had a button that would where I could choose. And that's what kind of pushed me over the top to say I think I like the old system better, where I knew what was coming, and I had a choice. Another thing is when you get a fighter hurt, and if you watch any fight, then commentator, whoever the color commentator, says he should go to the body first. He should go to the body and then go to the head, because it's a strategic element. You either go to the body to hurt them, or you go to the body to bring their guard down. Especially when somebody's hurt, you go to the body to bring their guard down so you can punch them in the face. And that's not included in this game, because when you get somebody hurt, it doesn't matter where you hit in the body or the head, they're gonna block it. So definitely prefer the old way better, but let me know what you prefer. Stay tuned. I got more videos. Go ahead and sub if you ain't sub, because I definitely got more videos coming at you. But stay tuned to Regular Dave's channel. Peace.